مولانا محمد أفضل صلواتك بعدد معلوماتك وبارك وسلم وصل عليه. So regarding dissolution of marriage, there are three ways in Sharia. One is called talaq or divorce. The second one is called fasakh or dissolution. And the third one is called khula. So khula is with mutual consent of husband and wife. And in khula, a wife is asking for talaq. And she is paying something in compensation. Either the mahar or something extra. And when the husband gives a talaq based on that, so that is talaq bayan. That is talaq bayan. The ruling for talaq bayan is that there is no ruju in iddah period. And after the passage of iddah, she becomes free. That's up to her. Either to remarry the ex-husband once again, or to marry somebody else, and dissolution. With consent, the husband is not ready to give talaq. So then she goes to a court of law and file a case for dissolution of marriage. So the grounds are different, and Aimma Arba'a, Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Malik, Imam Shafi, and Ahmad ibn Hanbal rahimahumullah, they have differences therein, that which ground is sufficient for dissolution and which is not. And when the qazi or the judge decrees accordingly, so as qazi has walayat amma, qazi has what? Walayat amma in cases. So his decree is just like divorce by husband. But as the wife asks for, so that's why that dissolution, once again, it will turn to talaq bayan. So there is no ruju in iddah. Now the third thing is talaq, which is of three types. Number one, talaq raja'i. The maximum number of talaq is 3. So 1 or 2 with lafz sarih. Sarih, what is that one which is used for talaq, which is in Sharia used for talaq, and it works itself, doesn't need any intention. Because when we say that the word works, so it does not need intention. Got it?
Yes.
So giving one or two talaq with that type of word, let's say like, I divorce you, I divorce you. Or once, he said today, another one tomorrow. Both he said it once or separately. So this is the case of talaq raj'i. And the rules and rulings for raj'i is that the husband can make a ruju to his wife in iddat period. Either practically or verbally. So talaq 1 or 2, that will be hanging there. Talaq has not gone anywhere. Only its effect is suspended. So if he had given 2 talaq and later on he will say once again, so it turned to 3. And then she will become mughallaz. Got it? But if he did not make a return in iddat period in case of talaq raj'i, so after passage of iddah, it turns to talaq bain as well. And the rule is known that it needs a remarriage. It needs what? A remarriage, a new nikah. Talaq bayan, which is by words, could be used for talaq or for something else. Could be used for talaq or for something else. So as the words itself is not for talaq only, so it needs intention. Like they were fighting, and the husband said, "Get out of my house." Got it? Got it or not?
Yeah.
Or even he said, "Just go and look for another one." Got it? So now it doesn't mean that he divorced her. It has either this meaning or showing his anger. Got it? So we will ask him that this is a case between you and Allah. So if he says, "I intended divorce with," so that is talaq bayan. That is what? So in that period there is no return, no ruju. Because in bayan there is no ruju. And if he said, "No, I was only showing my anger," so he will say that, "Go, boy, yes, hold yourself, don't do that. Just go back." Yes, and when you are going back, so take some sweet with you. Yes, got it. And number 3, taghliz or mughallaz. Giving 3 talaqs separately or at once. And this is masala ijma'i. This what? Masala ijma'i. Unanimously agreed upon. So if somebody said to his wife that you are divorced, or you are divorced 3 times, or divorced her today once, after 1 week another one, after another week another one. So all these are 3 talaq and she become mughallaz. So in mughallaz, there is no return, number 1, according to all 4 schools of jurisprudence. And number 2, after iddat period, she can marry another one because she is a free woman. And if she got divorced by that guy as well, the second one, but after that they met, actual sexual intercourse, Not only khalwat sahiha, that's only saying of Sayyid ibn Musayyib rahmatullahi alayh. Only saying of who? Sayyid ibn Musayyib radiyallahu ta'ala, but not being considered by any one of the four school of jurisprudence. Even Sayyid ibn Musayyib is a great muhaddis and great faqih. Got it? Because he made the qiyas of date on what? On the case of mahar. On the case of what? Mahar. If the marriage was done and for some time the husband and wife after nikah, they were together, yes, in a lonely place. Even though the practical sexual intercourse did not take place, but that is called khalwati sahiha. They were able to do that. Got it? Yes. And then he divorced her. Now she is entitled for 50% mahar or for the whole mahar? Say. For the whole mahar. Because khalwati sahiha wal khalwatu sahiha taqum maqam al mubasharati wal mujamaha. You should write it. Wal khalwatu sahiha taqum maqam al mubasharati wal mujamaha. This type of khalwat means loneliness with one another. So this type of khalwat where there is no hindrance, and it was allowed for them to have sex. They did it or they didn't. وذلك لأن الشريعة تحكم على الظاهر. Because Sharia gives its decree based on what? On zahir, apparent thing. On what? On apparent thing. So we can call it in law question of law, not question of fact. Factually, they didn't meet, but legally they met. Got it? So court is mean handling the law or handling the facts? The law. Got it? So Sayyid Musayyib rahmatullahi alayh, he made the qiyas of this nikah tahleel on the case of mahar. He said there's such an important thing. Here the qiyas doesn't work. And why it doesn't work? Because there is ayah and there is hadith. There is ayah and there is hadith. Rifa'a Qurazi, who? Rifa'a Qurazi. He was from Banu Qurayza. He was a Jew. He accepted Islam. Rifa'a Qurazi. He divorced his wife 3. And then she married another guy. His name is Abdullah ibn Zabir. Yes. He married who? Not Abdullah ibn Zubair, Abdullah ibn Zabir. Abdullah ibn Zabir was actually the son of Zabir ibn Bata. Zabir ibn Bata was also a Jew who was given protection by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam in Ghazwa Banu Qurayza. And this Abdullah was a small boy. He was taken by one Sahabi. He was a small boy. He's brought up. That was in the house of that Sahabi, and he was a good Muslim, Abdullah ibn Zabir. Got it? So she married him, but she was missing Rifa'a Qurazi. You know what I'm saying? Things happen, but yes, sweet memories are there. So anyhow, once she came to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam after nikah with Abdullah ibn Zabir, and look at me. Yes, she had done like this with his, yes, this side of her cloak, and she said, Ya Rasulullah, inni tazawwajtu Abdullah wa ma wajadtu ma'ahu illa ka hudbati sawbi hadha. Yes, that I married Abdullah ibn Zabir, but he does not have but like this. It is not erect. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked, "Turidina an tarji'i ila Rifa'a? You want to go back to Rifa'a?" She said, "Yes, I want to remarry him." So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "La, حَتَّى تَذُوقِ عُسَيْلَتَهُ وَيَذُوقَ عُسَيْلَتَكِ. These words are very beautiful, very sweet. Got it? No, you cannot go to the same divorcing man. But when this new man will taste your sweet honey and you will taste his sweet honey, after taste of both, if he will divorce her, then you can go. Got it? So this hadith, that real sex or actual sex is meant there. Another disputed issue between Imam Abu Hanifa and Imam Shafi rahimahumullah. That for tahleel, a conditional nikah, that is done or that is not done. So keep in mind, nikah is a contract. Nikah is what? A contract. And a contract must be, Mawli Yusuf, yes, the term by Fuqaha Hanafiya, al-aqd al-bat. Al-aqd al-bat with ta. Batta yabuttu, qata'a yaqta'u. Means al-aqd al-qati'. Al-aqd al-qati'. For example, look, if I am selling you this cup, if I am selling you this cup, that I sell you this cup for $10 with the condition that whenever I need, I will use it. So this is not al-aqd al-bat. So this aqd is a voidable contract. This is what? Voidable. This is aqd fasid. This is what? Aqd fasid. So such like condition which cannot make the contract bath, like black and white separation. You got $10 and he got the cup and job is done. Go. He has nothing to do with $10 and you have nothing to do with the cup. Got it? That's called al-aqd al-bat. But when you put that condition, so it did not disconnect you from the cup. Got it? Yeah. Yusuf? Got it, not it? You are too miser in speaking out. You are a young man, use your energy. So, now this is the case. That such like condition make contract of sale and purchase fasid. So such like condition can make nikah also fasid. So you should write a qaida. I have written in that book of mine, al-qawaid al-fiqhiyya, wa fasidun nikahi batilun. Whenever the Hanafiya said that nikah is fasid, so it means that that is void. That's in the meaning of batil, not voidable. That's in the meaning of batil, void. Got it? But certain conditions are there where the condition itself is null and void and the nikah is okay. Got it? If somebody will be the wakil or the wali and guardian of a lady and he was marrying that lady to someone, that zawwajtukaha bisharti alla tujami'aha. Yes, that I have married her to you, but with a condition that you cannot sleep with. So this is a condition which is against the very requirement of nikah. So this condition is dropped. This is null and void. This condition and nikah is done. And nikah is done. Got it? So now, if a woman was divorced by someone 3 divorces, and as we mentioned, that there is no return nor any new nikah with the same husband. But tahleel is needed or halala is needed. And halala is that after passage of iddat, to marry another one, and if the other one, after sexual intercourse, if he will divorce her and she want to remarry the first husband, now she can go. Got it? But if the lady was married to the second guy with the condition that when you will meet her, then you must divorce her. Got it? Then you must divorce her, because the purpose of this nikah is to make her halal for the first husband. So that's called tahleel. That's called tahleel. Halal as well. So whether this nikah is done or not done, according to Shafi, this nikah is not done. According to Imam Shafi, this nikah is not done. According to Abu Hanifa, nikah is done and the condition is dropped. The guy is not bound to divorce her, even though accepted. Got it? Because nikah is not for divorce. Nikah is for to keep the wife. So Imam Shafi rahmatullah alayhi is referring to a hadith narrated by Imam Tirmizi. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam says, "La'anallahu al-muhallil wal-muhallal lahu." Allah has cursed the muhallil and the muhallal lahu. Muhallil is the one who is making the woman halal, and muhallal lahu is the one for whom the woman is made halal after that sex. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, "La'anallahu al-muhallil wal-muhallal lahu." So Imam Shafi rahmatullah alayhi says hadith mean that nikah is not done. Imam rahmatullah Baba is Baba. He knows how to explain Quran and hadith. And this Imam Shafi himself said rahimahullah, كيف إن الناس أعيال بفقه على فقه الإمام أبي حنيفة. That the jurists all over the world, they are just like children of Abu Hanifa in law. If somebody wants to know legislation and to know how to establish a law, he has to be the child of Abu Hanifa, rahimahullah. Got it? That's why when he said that Walaysa ibn Sa'd kana akbar faqih min Malik ibn Anas, he said that Faqih Misr, Imam Lays ibn Sa'd, where we went. You remember Tarjan? Where we went? To Imam Lays ibn Sa'd. So Imam Shafi rahmatullah alayhi said that Lays ibn Sa'd, he was greater faqih than my Shaykh Imam Malik. But his work is not compiled, unfortunately. His work is not compiled like as the work of Imam Abu Hanifa is compiled or Imam Abu Malik is compiled. Got it? So some student who were sitting in the class, they said, "Wamin Abi Hanifa?" Yes, he posed a question. Wamin, he was greater faqih than Abu Hanifa. So Imam Shafi rahmatullah alayhi, he looked at him like this. ماذا تقول يا أخويا؟ أبو حنيفة وأبو حنيفة فإن الناس عيال بفقه على فقه الإمام أبي حنيفة. Yes, no comparison. Who can compare Abu Hanifa? So anyhow, so now Imam says that this hadith itself says that nikah is done. That the word lan or curse, that is not a legal term. That's not a legal term. That's a moral term. That's what? That morally, that is a very hated action. Morally, that is what? A very hated action or deed. It's not law. And how he says that the hadith itself made the nikah made the nikah valid. Made the nikah valid. He said because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used the word al-muhallil and al-muhallal lahu, tahleel, making lawful. So the one who is making her lawful and the one for whom it has been made lawful. So if the nikah is not done, so how it was made lawful? Yes, Baba knows. Baba says, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself called him muhallil lahu. Got it? So if she has not been made lawful for the ex-husband, so why he is called muhallal lahu? Yes, he should be called muharram lahu then. He is not muhallal lahu. And the other guy should be called muharram, not muhallil. Got it? At-talaqu marratan. So you should write at-talaqu allazi yurja'u fihi heen al-iddah. At-talaqu allazi yurja'u fihi heen al-iddah. That a divorce where a return and ruju is allowed in iddah. At-talaqu marratan, so that talaq where return is lawful in iddah. That is twice. That is twice. So it means if that is thrice, so there is no ruju therein. If that is thrice, so there is no ruju therein. And that's what we say to the so-called Salafis. Not the Salafis. What? The so-called Salafis. That, let's say simply, one is one, and two, that is two, and three, that is one or that is three. So three is one. So we say, Ajib, one is one and two is two, but three is one. Got it? At-talaqu marratan. So that talaq where the ruju is allowed, that is twice. فَإِمْسَاكٌ بِمَعْرُوفٍ, and after that, إِمْسَاكٌ بِمَعْرُوفٍ, either you retain her بِمَعْرُوفٍ on reasonable term or a reasonable way. Reasonable terms or reasonable way. Not only to cause her trouble. I am not going to leave you like this. Yes, I will try to tease and torture you mentally. Got it? Allah says, okay. فَإِمْسَاكُمْ بِمَعْرُوفٍ, so either you retain her in a reasonable way, أَوْ تَصْرِيحٌ بِإِحْسَانٍ, or release her بِإِحْسَانٍ in a kindful way. Let her complete her iddah to be a free woman and to start her new life with someone else. Got it? وَلَا يَحِلُّ لَكُمْ, وَلَا يَحِلُّ لَكُمْ, and it is not lawful for you, أَن تَأْخُذُوا, to take مِمَّا آتَيْتُمُوهُنَّ, of that which you have given her. مِمَّا آتَيْتُمُوهُنَّ, of that which you have given her. So there are two things. Number one, the mahar you have given her. Got it? And number two, the gifts. Sometimes the husband is giving some gifts, especially on anniversary. Yes, bringing a ring or what they call it? Earrings or things like that. Now divorce happened, oh, give me the ring I brought you on such and such date, and give me the earrings or whatever, the necklace I have given you as a gift. Got it? So mahar and divorce, mahar and dower, you cannot take it, but the gifts you have given her. So Rasulullah ﷺ says, Al-ayadu fi hibbatihi, Al-ayadu fi hibbatihi kal kalbil aidi fi qaihi. That someone who is asking his gift back, that is just like that dirty dog who vomited and later on he is licking it back. Got it? So as we mentioned, that look at me, all of you, look at me. We say that Imam Shafi and Ahmad ibn Hanbal both, rahimahumallah. Imam Shafi and Ahmad ibn Hanbal, rahimahumullah, they are muhaddiseen. They are what? So that's why they are taking hadith or ayah literally. Hadith and ayah literally. Imam Abu Hanifa, rahmatullahi alayhi, he is a jurist. he is taking an ayah and hadith liberally. An ayah hadith? Liberally. Imam Malik rahmatullah alayhi, he is in between. Sometime this way and sometime this way. Got it? So now here, kalkal bil aidi fi qi. So they say return in a gift. Legally that is not allowed. Legally, that's not allowed. Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayhi said, no, legally that is allowed. Ethically and morally that is not allowed. He is telling them that you are mingling law with ethics. Ethic is a different field and law is a different field. Baba knows. That's why I say that the whole world should have been the students of Abu Hanifa and later on to become the Supreme Court judge or the High Court judge or whatever. If he would have been alive and I had the power, so I would have ordered the whole world, come to this Baba and sit in front of him to know the legal procedure. Got it? So he said that mingle not ethics and morality with law. Take law on one side and ethics on the other side. Got it? So they said, but look, licking the vomited stuff, that is haram or that is halal? Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayhi said that's haram. If somebody vomited and he is licking it back, so he is eating halal or eating haram? Say haram. So they say, look, so if that is haram, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has given tashbih, resemblance. So it means asking for your gift back, that is haram, not legal. Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayhi said, look, why you are taking this resemblance and tashbih half and half? Why you are not taking it full? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't say kal aidi fi qi'i. He said kal kalbil aidi fi qi'i. Like a dog who is licking his vomiting back. Got it? So is there any rule of halal and haram for dog? So they said, yes. So you say, it means that that is ethical and moral thing, not legal thing. Yes. But that create a problem. So Imam Rahmatullah alayhi says, وَيَجُوزُ الرُّجُوعُ فِي الْهِبَةِ بِالتَّرَازِي أَوْ بِقَضَاءِ الْقَاضِي. وَيَجُوزُ الرُّجُوعُ فِي الْهِبَةِ بِالتَّرَاضِي أو say بِقَضَاءِ الْقَاضِي. That there are two ways. Either with mutual consent, you will ask the guy that I have given you that whatever you have got, but if you don't mind, I need it. He said, okay, take it. So that is with tarazi, with mutual consent. Aw bi qada'il qazi. He said, oh, yeah, so you can go to a court of law. You can go to a court of law to sue him for that return. Now that's up to the court. If you convince the court decree, take it. And if the court, get out. Yes. So now this is the case. That whatever you gifted, so don't ask for that, it is not looking good. Just keep in mind that sweet time and sweet hours. وَلَا يَحِلُّ لَكُمْ. It is not lawful for you أَن تَأْخُذُوا to take مِمَّا آتَيْتُمُوهُنَّ something of that which you have given them, shay'an, whatever thing that is. مِمَّا آتَيْتُمُوهُنَّ shay'an, whatever thing that is. إِلَّا أَن يَخَافَا أَلَّا يُقِيمَا حُدُودَ اللَّهِ, except when both parties fear that they would be unable to keep the limits ordained by law. So now, إِلَّا أَن يَخَافَا. إِلَّا. This is istisna. Is istisna from what? So number one, that is istisna from فَإِمْسَاكُمْ بِمَعْرُوفٍ. That keep her in a reasonable way. Illa an yakhafa, yani make a return to. Illa an yakhafa, but if they both have a fear, Allah yuqima hudud Allah, that they will not keep up the limits prescribed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So then they should not make a return. Then they should not make a return. But keeping in view the following sentence, فَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ أَلَّا يُقِيمَا حُدُودَ اللَّهِ. So now the second meaning of إِلَّا أَنْ يَخَافَا is, that is from وَلَا يَحِلُّ لَكُمْ أَنْ تَأْخُذُوا. That is not lawful for you أَنْ تَأْخُذُوا, to take whatever you have given them, to take it back. إِلَّا أَنْ يَخَافَا, yes, but in a case. But now that is not referred to return. That's not referred to return. This is the case of khula. This is the case of what? This is the case of khula, as I mentioned. Illa an yakhafa, but if both of them have a fear, Allah yuqima, that they will not keep up hudud Allah, the limits prescribed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the wife offered the mahar, that I will give it back to you, or I am not going to ask for that. I will give you 10,000 more dollars, but please divorce me. Got it? Got it? So you are taking the mahar back. You are taking what? The mahar back. Why Allah says, وَلَا يَحِلُّ لَكُمْ أَن تَأْخُذُوا مِمَّا آتَيْتُمُوهُنَّ. But this is another different case. In khula, sometimes the khula is based upon the mahar. Based upon what? The mahar. فَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ أَلَّا يُقِيمَا حُدُودَ اللَّهِ. So if you have fear, Allah yuqima hudud Allah, that they will not be able to keep the limits ordained by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, fala junaha alayhima, then there is no sin on them both. Fi maftadat bi, if she gives back the mahar to the husband. If she gives the mahar to the husband back. Got it? So now for husband, that is allowed to take it back. Tilka hududullah, these are the limits ordained by Allah. Fala ta'taduha, so do not transgress it. Wa man yata'adda hududallah, and whosoever will transgress the limits of Allah, fa ulaika humuz zalimun, so they are the zalim and the wrongdoers. Fa in talaqaha, فَإِن طَلَّقَهَا ثَالِثًا. فَإِن طَلَّقَهَا ثَالِثًا. Because Allah says, talaq marratan. That talaq where ruju is allowed, that is two talaq. So two mentioned, so now that is the third one. فَإِن طَلَّقَهَا, and if he has divorced her the third time, فَلَا تَحِلُّ لَهُ, then she is not lawful unto him, مِن بَعْدُ, after the third talaq, حَتَّى تَنْكِحَ زَوْجًا غَيْرَهُ. حَتَّى تَنْكِحَ زَوْجًا غَيْرَهُ. And this is the mazhab of Jumhur. Jumhur mean all of them, all four schools of jurisprudence. That mujama'at and sex is must. For tahleel, mujama'at and the sex is must. Why? Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi once again. The other three Imams, they have not explained this ayah like this. Even though mazhab is one and the same, all of them. But Imam said this ayah is support for that. فَلَا تَحِلُّ لَهُ, then she is not lawful unto him, حَتَّى تَنْكِحَ حَتَّى تَطَأَ زَوْجًا غَيْرَهُ, until tata'a min al-watsh, until she does mujama'at and sex, zawjan, with another husband, ghayrahu, ghayr al-mutalliqi. Ghayrahu mean? Ghayr al-mutalliqi. Ghayr al-mutalliqi, no, ghayr al-mutalliqi, billam. I told you, you have to be very accurate. فَإِن طَلَّقَهَا ثَالِثًا فَلَا تَحِلُّ لَهُ, then she is not lawful unto him min ba'du, after three talaq, حَتَّى تَنْكِحَ, until she tata'a, she does sex. Because nikah, look at me, nikah, lughatan, ad-dammu wal-watyu. Ad-dammu wal-watyu. of them. Look at me. Yes. And what? You know. Yes. Hatta tankiha zawjan ghayra, until she does sex zawjan with a husband ghayrahu. And why here this tankiha is not the contract of nikah as Sayyid ibn Musayyib said? And we said this is wati. This nikah is the meaning of wati. Because zawj is called zawj because of nikah. So Allah didn't say hatta tankiha rajulan ghayra, but Allah said hatta tankiha zawjan ghayra. And who is zawj? The one who married a wife or a woman. So he is called the husband of that. So as zawj and husband is mentioned, so that's why we will go for lughawi mana of tankiha hatta tata'a zawjan ghayra. Got it? فَإِن طَلَّقَهَا فَلَا جُنَاحَ عَلَيْهِمَا أَن يَتَرَاجَعَا. فَإِن طَلَّقَهَا, then if the second husband he divorced her, فَلَا جُنَاحَ عَلَيْهِمَا, there is no sin on them both. أَن يَتَرَاجَعَا mean the first husband and this wife. أَن يَتَرَاجَعَا, to make a return to one another بِنِكَاحٍ جَدِيدٍ. أَن يَتَرَاجَعَا, to make a return to one another بِنِكَاحٍ جَدِيدٍ. What is frightened? In Zanna, if they think ayyuqima hudud Allah, that now this time they will keep up the limits of Allah. They will not do what they have done in the past. وَتِلْكَ حُدُودُ اللَّهِ, and these are the limits of Allah. يُبَيِّنُهَا لِقَوْمٍ, He makes it plain and clear. لِقَوْمٍ, for people, يَعْلَمُونَ, who understand. وَإِذَا طَلَّقْتُمُ النِّسَاءَ, and when you have divorced the woman, فَبَلَغْنَا أَجَلَهُنَّ, فَبَلَغْنَا, and they were very close to the end of their iddah. قَرَبْنَا إِنْقِضَاءَ عِدَّتِهِنَّ. Write it down. قَرَبْنَا إِنْقِضَاءَ عِدَّتِهِنَّ. They are close to the passage of iddah. For example, 1 day remains. How much? 1 day remains. For example. فَبَلَغْنَا أَجَلَهُنَّ, and they were close to the passage of their iddat. فَأَمْسِكُوهُنَّ بِمَعْرُوفٍ, so keep them in a reasonable way. أَوْ سَرِّحُوهُنَّ بِمَعْرُوفٍ, or release them in a reasonable way. وَلَا تُمْسِكُوهُنَّ, and keep them not ضِرَارًا is al-izrar bihinna or lil-izrar bihinna, because some people, they were giving a tough time to their woman, so they used to divorce her once. Now when, for example, 3 months were close to pass, so he was saying, I make a return to you. So he made it. Then after 10 days, he divorced her for the 3rd time. Once again, when 3 months were close to pass, he said, I make a return to you. That was only mental torture. That was only mental torture, to prolong her iddah. To prolong her iddah and to torture her furthermore. وَلَا تُمْسِكُوهُنَّ and keep them not ذِرَارًا, to hurt them, لِتَعْتَدُوا, to violate the rules. وَمَنْ يَفْعَلْ ذَلِكَ, and whosoever will do this, فَقَدْ ظَلَمَ نَفْسَهُ, so he did wrong to himself, because Allah will put him to question why you were doing that. وَلَا تَتَّخِذُوا آيَاتِ اللَّهِ, and make not the rules of Allah huzuwan, maskhara, a joke, a mockery. وَلَا تَتَّخِذُوا, and make not آيَاتِ اللَّهِ, ahkam Allah, the rules of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, huzuwan mahzuwan biha. Huzuwan mahzuwan biha, to make a mockery of it. وَذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ, and remember the favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to you. وَمَا أَنزَلَ عَلَيْكُمْ مِنَ الْكِتَابِ. So وَذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ is جَعَلَكُمْ مُؤْمِنِينَ. He has given you iman. So mu'min is making this type of maskhara of the rules of Allah. وَذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ إِيمَانًا وَمَا أَنزَلَ عَلَيْكُمْ, and also remember that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent down to you people. مِنَ الْكِتَابِ. So this min is in the meaning of mean. What he has sent down? Min al-Kitabi means the book, the Holy Quran. Wal hikmah, and the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal rahmatullah alayhi say, kullu hikmatin fil Quran fahiya sunnah. Wherever the word hikmah is mentioned, that is what? That is sunnah. وَمَا أَنزَلَ عَلَيْكُمْ مِنَ الْكِتَابِ, and what Allah has sent down alaykum to you people, min al-kitabi means the book. So this min is the bayan of ma. What do you say? Min is the bayan of what? Ma. Min al-kitabi means the holy book. Wal hikmah, and the sunnah. Ya'izukum bihi. Ya'izukum bihi, whereby he instruct you. Wattaqullah, so fear Allah. Wa'alamu, and know annallah, that Allah bi kulli shay'in alim, is all aware of everything. Wa idha talaqtumun nisaa, and when you have divorced the woman, فَبَلَغْنَا جَلَهُنَّ. فَبَلَغْنَا جَلَهُنَّ. So here, فَأَكْمَلْنَا عِدَّتَهُنَّ. Look, the first balagna jalahunna, we said qarabna inqida' iddatihinna. What we said? Inqida' iddatihinna. And here, fabalagna jalahunna akmalna iddatahunna. And they completed their iddah, so now they are free. The iddah passed, so she is free. فَبَلَغْنَا جَلَهُنَّ أَكْمَلْنَا عِدَّتَهُنَّ فَلَا تَعْضُلُوهُنَّ فَلَا تَمْنَعُوهُنَّ. العدل هو المنع. العدل هو المنع. فَلَا تَعْضُلُوهُنَّ فَلَا تَمْنَعُوهُنَّ. So don't prevent them أَنْ يَلْكِحْنَ أَزْوَاجَهُنَّ, to marry their husbands. أَنْ يَلْكِحْنَ أَزْوَاجَهُنَّ, to marry their husbands. So number one, the people of Arabia, if the woman after passage of iddah, she was thinking of remarry her divorcing husband again, so the family was not allowing her, that you will go back to that man, you will remarry him, the one who divorced you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, what's wrong with you people? He has done wrong. Now if she wants to make a patch up, why you are stopping her? Don't do that. That's number one. And number two, so this is al-adl al-lughawi, but there was al-adl al-mustalah. What? And al-adl al-mustalah was, if after divorce and passage of period, if she was thinking of another marriage with another man, another marriage, so the family people, they were stopping her, that you cannot, but if the guy will pay us that much. Inna lillahi wa inna, that was al-adl al-mustalah. And for the said purpose, even after the death of someone, on the head of her widow, they used to put a cloak, a fabric, and that was the claim. That was what? The claim of the brother or nephew or cousin or whosoever. That the husband passed away, so his brother or his son or his nephew or his cousin or his uncle or even his father, he used to put a fabric on the head of that woman. So those with whom the nikah was allowed, that was his claim that you will marry me, nobody else. But if the nikah was not allowed with the guy, so it means if you are going to marry someone, he has to pay me that much. Got it? Got it? So they were using the woman just like tools, or just like, the usable things, the commodities. Just like what? The commodities. Yes. Alhamdulillah that Allah sent Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yes, he taught people humanity. Otherwise, what was going on? Yes, wildlife, but worse than wildlife. It was wildlife or worse? وَإِذَا طَلَّقْتُمُ النِّسَاءَ فَبَلَغْنَ أَجَلَهُنَّ فَلَا تَعْضُلُوهُنَّ, so prevent them not أَن يَلْقِينَ أَزْوَاجَهُنَّ, to marry their husbands. So in previous case, if they want to remarry their husband again, so أَزْوَاجَهُنَّ, it's okay. But if a new, so for a new man, Allah says أَزْوَاجَهُنَّ. So we call it, this is one alaqa of majaz. How many alaqa of majaz are there? 24. How many? 24 according to all jurists, but 39 according to Imam Razi. And one is بِاعْتِبَارْ مَا يَؤُولُ إِلَيْهِ. بِاعْتِبَارْ مَا يَؤُولُ إِلَيْهِ. You expressing a thing, keeping in view the future. Keeping in view the future. Like as Rasulullah said, مَنْ قَتَلَ قَتِيلًا فَلَهُ سَلَبُهُ. When Rasulullah was inspiring in the battlefield that the Muslims should show their bravery and approach the big generals of the enemy and to cut them. So Prophet used in such like combat. He used to say, Man qatala qatilan falahu salabuhu. Whosoever will kill someone from the other side, so all his belonging will go to the killer, to the mujahid. So then everybody was looking for a big general because he has a good horse. Yes. And what they call? Brand. Yes. The brand named sword and the brand named shield and things like that. So if he will kill that guy, so he will get it. So then everybody was trying to approach the big guy, the big shot. Got it? Now, salab mean what is being taken from. Now, yet he has not been killed, nor anything is being taken from that guy. But Rasulullah said that the taken from is his. So he has not killed him yet. So why the thing is called taken from? The stuff being taken from. بِاعْتِبَارِ مَا يَؤُولُ إِلَيْهِ. That next in future it will be taken from. So now here, yes, when she will marry, she will become zawj. So that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used the word azwajahunna. إِذَا تَرَادَوْا بَيْنَهُمْ, when they إِذَا تَرَادَوْا بَيْنَهُمْ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ, when they mutually agree bil-ma'ruf, on a reasonable basis or reasonable terms, ذَلِكَ يُعَزُ بِهِ, this instruction is a wa'az. So what is wa'az? So wa'az mean sincere advice for the good of the one whom you are giving advice regarding his deen. Regarding his deen. So three things are there. Number one, advice must be a sincere one. Number two, that must be for the good of the addressee to whom you are giving it. If you are having your own agenda, that's not called wa'az. And number three, that should be for his deeni benefit. If you are giving advice to someone regarding his business, that's not called wa'az. That's a good advice, but we cannot call it wa'az. ذَلِكَ يُعَزُ بِهِ, This thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving you advice. Man kana minkum zalika yu'azu bi. Advice is given with this man kana to that guy. Kana minkum yu'minu billah. That who the guy minkum yu'minu billah, amongst you who believes in Allah. Wal yawmil akhir, and in the last day. Zalikum azka lakum. Zalikum azka lakum. So there are two things. Number one is zakah. Number two is taharat. Taharat is purification of outfit. And zakah is purification of inner side. Zalikum azka lakum. So this is more virtuous for your inner side. وَأَطْهَرُ, and more purer for you people. وَاللَّهُ يَعْلَمُ, Allah knows. وَأَنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ, and you do not know. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وأصحابه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.